All right. I'm back today. I was actually gonna play a very different list earlier, or tonight, but actually I'm getting a really late start too, so we'll see how far we can go. My wife encouraged me to stream anyways, even though my toddler, refused to sleep earlier. Originally I was gonna try this list, and I thought that would be like close to optimal. I guess like we're just min maxing our last few sideboard slots, and then somebody posted something interesting on my Discord that I responded to, and it got me thinking. Like, really, the deck is very customizable now, even though like part it's like a Plan B combo deck, but Plan A just like hate deck, so to speak. Really, you pick 3 out of 5 packages, right? You can so I consider the core the mana base, the ramp, the land tutors, and the consistency tools, like Once Upon a Time and Green Sun. And then you can pick like between Thoughtseize, Endurance, whatever the sidekick to Wild Reliquary is, Snuff Out, Natural Order, and even to a lesser extent, Force of Vigor. Like 3 of those packages can be played main deck, and then whatever your metagame is, you just build it accordingly, and you don't even have to play the whole Thoughtseize package. You don't have to play the whole Endurance package, like main board sideboard. You really, I mean, the only thing I think that's kind of a must is if you do play the natural order package, you should at least have all 3 natural orders plus Atraxa. I tried in a couple weeks ago. I tried to skim on that. I don't think that's a good idea. I think if you're gonna play natural order, you need to play at least 3 with the Atraxa. And then you can skip on like curator. But I thought there's nothing stopping us from just fitting everything we want. What I mean by that is this is a list that I have not yet played, which is I have all the haymakers in the main. So Thoughtseize, Endurance, and Natural Order. How did I make room? I just cut the sidekick to the curve because it's actually in it's really people think this is some kind of meme, but like Kenai is just any 2 drop that just like fills the curve, right? Like that. So think of it this as the green. It's funny because it hates the graveyard, right? Like it's the green Doddy Voidwalker, right? It's good in the meta game right now, but there's like nothing forcing us from playing it. So I just went down to 1 copy and cut here and there to make room for the rest of the cards. So I guess that would just be like I don't even know what I cut in the other one, but yeah. So I guess I have like 2 extra. Hey Joff, how's it going? I guess I have 2 extra graveyard hate like that I can board in and board in the saga package too. But like, really, you can just build this deck however you want. But we'll see how it goes. Like I said, this is somewhat impromptu. I did not really. I mean, I only got the idea like maybe 30 minutes ago when I was like trying to put my son to sleep, but he wouldn't sleep. Like I said, I was gonna play a different deck tonight, but and I actually wasn't gonna stream after it looked like he was gonna take forever to sleep. Luckily, my wife was able to put him down. She had the magic touch, I guess. Okay, Blungorius. I don't know why this name sounds familiar. I feel like I saw that like something was interesting about their deck. I feel in the 5-0 dump. Stiflenought. Okay, I guess it's not that interesting. I gotta remember. I think the grist of the sideboard. That's gonna hurt us. That is gonna hurt. Ooh, it's not that. Looks like it's lands. Stone Rain, our opponent right here. I'm still gonna do it. Like they want to swords it, they swords it. cringe when I see this lands player playing swords main deck. Never mind. They're still on Stiflenought, just like a weird variant. Question here is like, do I play the town gates or do I use my fetch? Oops. I think I'm gonna. The town gates could be relevant later on. I'm already dreading. I'm already regretting my life decision, like playing pairing into this deck because it's already a not popular deck, and then I'm playing a even less popular version. Like I don't enjoy playing against uh, off meta decks because, well, there's something to be learned about being able to wing things on the fly. Uh, you can. There's only so much of that you can improve on. This opponent here is just like very weak to Force of Vigor. So we'll just board into that post board. Not gonna matter. I think. I mean, we get the Atraxa. It's just gonna die. Trade one of their Stiflenauts, and then I don't see how we win this game. So I'm just gonna concede instead of letting them know we have natural order in the deck. Yeah, I just don't see how we win this game. Different cases post board. Actually, the oof might be relevant. I don't know like C's in this kind of matchup. Although they are a combo deck. Like this is like the most A plus B you can get. What do we have? Needle, that doesn't do anything. Grist is actually really relevant. The crop is relevant. So maybe we don't need C's. Maybe two C's is fine. I don't love it. The premier threat in Legacy. The premier threat in Legacy. See if we can assemble the combo. Just untap with this. Game over. Yep. Might be game. We'll see. They could have two dreadnoughts and then we lose. So it's not game when your opponent has a combo, but in any fair game, this would have been game here. Okay. Yep. Actually, no, cannot do that. So let's do this. They have force as well. Nope, they don't. The one point of extra damage here, I don't want to give away because I'm gonna Stone Rain their Saga here, so they don't get another Dreadnought. For I don't want to give them the information in case they don't know about it. It's not worth the extra point of damage in this instance here. This in case we draw a Traxa. I'm gonna set my stop on draw step because in case I want to wasteland there. This is an ODNT trick that I used to play. Speaking of which, let's do it now. Like screw up their mana. I'm gonna do that regardless. So uh-huh. Okay. Um that's good, I guess, because I was gonna cast the natural order, and now that we did that, uh we I don't believe we want to natural order here. I guess we could get Grist, like while shields are down, maybe. Like Grist might still win the game. So actually, that wasteland on draw step was pretty huge because I don't get. I think Grist is better than Atraxir, but I can't say that 100%. Grist is protection against the like their draw. They could like swords into something, I guess. Like swords into Stiflenought, that would be annoying, right? That's annoying, but all right. You think Atraxa was safety? I mean, I guess it didn't matter. I want anyways. It's like debatable whether Grist here is better than safe. Like I'm just thinking how I lose, but yeah, Safekeeper plus Atraxa is pretty damn good still. Granted, Safekeeper will be off with this Clarion, but that's like multiple things going on now. Uh, Based on the way things played out, I was pretty happy I didn't board in C's, or I only have two. I just don't think anything else here is like better than that. Like Kenai, probably not. Like it's okay if I have nothing else, but I think C's is probably just better here. It's gonna be force pitch force, I guess. There's a world where we cast force twice, which no, I tried it last night. I cast it 0 times. It was like never relevant because I just play 5 combo decks. Sure, I guess it's kind of annoying. Hmm. Okay, I'm just drawing the wrong half of my deck now. Exalted beats. I think it's fine. Your meta's more fair. The problem is just like most competitive metas just don't have any fair decks, or no true fair deck, I should say. How funny. Question here is, when am I gonna cast this Force of Vigor? Am I give them the mana to do that? I feel like I don't want that saga to make constructs, so I just probably just main phase this here. Get rid of it. Sure. I know, right? I think we bash. See what they do. Okay. Let me think about that for a second. I guess so. Yeah. How many? We're just gonna try to like ice the remover now. Sure. Exalted is broken. Broken. This is gonna be heads up by me. I think I don't want them to kill the white. I'm gonna force the attack on the safekeeper. Yeah. See, I want the white to be around. I think they are in a lot of trouble. Yep. Nice Clarion, dog. Nice Clarion. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom. That was too funny. All right, that was very satisfying, I must say. To beat a Clarion Conqueror just with Exalted. That actually that match showcases why I played the High Arc Dorks. Like they're just if there was another one, I would play the ninth potentially. Like it's just so good. Like because our deck naturally wants to go wide, and the ability to go tall in addition is just a really strong strategic advantage. Like I like I think I only made really one heads up play that match, which was just attacking with a safekeeper because I know my opponent is priced into either blocking or swordsing the safekeeper, and I want to have two whites later on. The fact that I don't even know what Cathedral War is concerns me. Cathedral of War. Uh, Probably not. It's colorless and it's tapped. That's two whammies. As for Kigami, it's two whammies. This looks familiar. I'm not even super convinced that I want the first Kenai. I think so, but I don't know for sure. But I I just threw this list together like in 5 minutes more or less. So Wasteland first. What is going on here? Mm, they've got to be on a fair deck. I'm gonna ramp. I'm gonna assume they're gonna waste me or Bowmasters me. There's that too. Yeah, that makes sense. My land sequencing is awkward right here because the Hydra is gonna come and tapped at some point. I'm just basically trying to clear the way for Why the Reliquary. One land push. You have a Murktide region that's not doing anything for a while. Um, do I want to give them the days of the push? I'd probably just give them the days and just like set them back to Stone Age, right? I'm not a fan of Springheart at all. I think that card is like win more. Cub has its usage against like the Ancient Tomb decks, and I think Kenai is the best of the three. It's the most ceiling floor ratio. Is the has the best ceiling floor ratio in my opinion. Mm, I'm gonna walk into days here. Actually, I know. Let's not get foolish and walk into days for no reason. That's bad for us. We gotta hope they whiff here off of land. That's not the end of the world, I guess. The good thing is our draws are like very live, but we gotta draw gas within the next few turns. They've managed to draw better than we have. Unfortunately, we've drawn like kind of below average here. I take that back. They want to trade that for that. I think we take it. Actually, maybe not. Do we want them to draw? They probably want to draw more than anything else. Actually, that was a misplay. I should have left up Talon Gates. No, almost never. Almost never. I got away with a mistake here. I should have left up Talon Gates. Uh, the game is getting a little away from our opponent here. If this resolves, I'm gonna start bashing. Actually, that's not true because the Reclaimer is not big enough yet. They forced that, sure. Hey, Andre, how's it going? Trying a different list today. I'm trying to fit in everything into the main deck. Thoughtseize, Endurance, and Natural Order. We'll see how it goes. We won round one through Clarion Conquer, which is pretty neat, just with Exalted triggers. They have four. Interesting. They're attacking into the known lair. We can potentially just lose the. What did they do? Fetch. Put Orcish Bowmasters. Let's see if they have it. We'll call their bluff. Looks like no, they don't. Oh, they have a second. Okay. Well, easier said than done. Um, we're just gonna use this as a what's it called? Another land, I guess. I know it's just too many free wins. Too many free wins. All right. Let's take the Green Sun. They probably just if I Safekeeper right now, they probably just like lose on the spot, right? What am I missing? The Once Upon a Time. Done. And yeah, I think I just Safekeeper right now. Make sure they don't like edict me or something. Um, they edict me, I guess. I just do that. I don't think it matters to be honest. I think the game's over. Oop, made a mistake there. Okay, it's not gonna matter. All right, we're gonna bash for 7. They can't attack. I mean, I wouldn't call that margin. We made the mistake after the game ending spell, right? What are we doing here? I think we just like nuke their yard so they can't like get a Murktide randomly. Yeah, I guess like to buy a turn or something. I don't think it really matters. I'm like, kind of whatever's right now. All right, so here's Andre. If you're catching the stream, I'm testing this tonight. Just see if we can like open up the sideboard even more. Obviously, Kenai is like really strong in the graveyard metagame, but I'm trying to see if we can go even lower to the ground. But to do so, because some of my subs have been saying they want to play the natural order main because it's awkward to just randomly lose to a DNT or one of these other decks. Game one, and then Kenai is really good. Don't get me wrong against what's it called it Reanimator, but maybe we have margin there. So I'm just testing a few things. With this list, definitely don't want the oof. They're just the mere tempo. I don't like Thoughtseize against them personally. Uh, so look like you're behind on tempo. I have been keeping natural order in because they've been like cutting their cages. Obviously we want the grist. Soul Guide's pretty good. Saga, I think to find the Soul Guide if you want to grind with Reclaimer. Crop rotation. We're like missing a card. Fairy is that card we really want against him? It can grow white and it can shrink a Goyf that like could be relevant in combat. It's probably better than Seize. Just because well actually I'm not sure about that because we have endurance here too. Maybe we just want the first Seize. Anything else? I think everything else is like reasonable. Ugh, we drew it. So if this was what was the card that we did not Fairy? I don't think Fairy's like anything. So this is like an awkward hand, right? Uh, we don't love Lantern against them. We don't love Seize against them. We're on the draw. Endurance doesn't come down too much later. The turn one has to be Ram at 2/1. Probably a mole. This is like better, I guess. If they go turn one cage, we're probably in trouble though. No turn one cage. We're in business. Although we are flooding out a little bit. I remember why I don't like Soul Guide against in these fair matchups anymore. If you draw, it's not great. I don't want to cycle early, and they have Bowmasters off it oftentimes. So it's possible. It's possible we just want something else. Ugh, all right. Probably just take the white. Oh, they take a natural order. Interesting. We're gonna play around the Harbinger because they have two basics. It's somewhat free too to do so. My read on them right now is because they took natural order, they don't have counter magic, and they didn't. They might be a sweeper here because they didn't. I guess they only have blue mana up. Could be a removal. Or they're digging for. They probably have removal. They're just trying to sculpt their hand. Our hand is not particularly great, but I don't think they have force yet, at least. And so a green sun or a Natural probably just wins the game on the spot. They've got to have removal, right? There's no way. Yeah. Graveyard hate. How funny. I'm trying to think back what my opener was. There was a Soul Guide and there was two Once Upon a Time. It just seemed like a really slow hand. I think there was something else too. I think we didn't even have like a one drop. They are allowing us to untap with white. Huh. It could be Masters into Shrink the Yard. Um, yeah, that doesn't seem great to me. And like Endurance would have done nothing yet so far. Exalted helps. I could like test the waters and see what they do. What do they you have? But somewhat free, but I gotta guess the Grist here. I guess. That way, I play around EE too potentially, attacking on two different angles. Their deck does sometimes. Hey, Ramar, how's it going? Got the whole Cradle cabal here. What do you have? Nope. Waste the removal at least. They're tapped out. Thank you, Everin, for the raid. See this and then tick up. Ooh, just bin the Atraxa. I know the gate comes to save the day. Okay, it's annoying. There's an argument to get the second white there, but I guess I just fetch now. There's no harm. Let's get those basics out of here. Bowmasters, right? Yeah. There is that too. The question here is like, what am I getting? I guess I can try to grind them out with sagas. The lair is like interesting here too. Yeah, let's get the saga. Put them under pressure. They don't have much left. Just make three threes. It might just be enough. Again, very odd how they're doing it. Okay, they're doing that way. Sure, only I care. They're pretty behind. Start making constructs. I don't think that their list runs like dress down because it like plays poorly with Nethergoyf. Does Wasteland do anything here? Probably not. I think I'm trying to layer them out of the game here. That is an interesting draw. What am I exiling? Probably the Spellbomb because the thing's annoying. Shrink their Goyf. We're gonna go for the full. We're gonna try to like nuke their yard here. We'll see how it goes. Is there any way we can get punished here? I don't think so. Mm, let's do this now. There's no way they're playing Deluge, right? I'm gonna swing in for a huge lair. There's no need to crack the lantern yet. Sure, that's fine. Let's see what's up. Sure. Do we have a Bayou left? I think we do. I think it might just be the game here. They had to block the biggest, and then that's still 9 here. So let's just do 3, I guess. They had to block one of the 3. Hey Francisco, how's it going? Actually, let's fetch first. Do it correctly. Cycle this now. There's no reason to. I think the game's already over. Sure. All right. That was easy enough. On to the next. All right. Here's the list I'm trying tonight. Like I said, more so just trying to jam all the core spots into the main. We had to cut natural order recently to make room, but maybe we just have our cake and eat it too. First match was Stiflenought. My opponent is pretty much always on Reanimator. I would keep this normally, but because I know my opponent only plays Reanimator, I think I don't have to mull here on the draw. Yeah, this is like way better, right? I think the only other deck I've ever seen them play is Moonstompy, but they're like 70 to 80% on Reanimator, and the hand we mold would lose. I don't typically do this kind of gameplay. The problem is like if you don't mulligan against these all-in decks, you will lose. Like we're gonna go turn one Seize, turn two Reclaimer, hold up. Interesting. We got a free Entomb. Must be nice. Must be nice to get the free Entomb. We'll take the Shallow Grave because it's instant speed. We want to go turn two Reclaimer, potentially have ramp up. That's why I'm pitching the Green Sun. They have like nothing left now. I think we ramp here. Again, why I pitched the Green Sun the previous turn because I want to double spell here, and we're not playing around, and they're not playing around it too. They have the reanimation spell. They already got a free Entomb. Don't tell me they're gonna do it again. Reanimate. Okay. Oh, they're conceding the match or the game. This plan almost never works. I love it when they go after my creatures because my creatures are like pretty bad against them or against myself, I should say. Like this Endurance not gonna do anything. It can't even get past the Reclaimer once it's big. They are like a couple of Dark Rituals, I guess, from Hardcasting Gristlebrand. If they attack here, they lose. Well, not necessarily. Well, probably. So the question here is, they're flirting with Gristlebrand Hardcast soon. I don't have to do it yet. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So if they Dark Ritual off the top, that gets us up 7. So maybe the next turn. I think we get the lair in case we draw a land. But yeah, if they have another land drop, then I'm gonna like fire out that wasteland to keep them from hard casting Dark Ritual. I mean, Brand. Fairy Macabre here is nice. Crop rotation. Saga for Soul Guide is nice too. Gris. Collective Oof can come out. I think it maps cleanly if I remember correctly. Because I did the Reanimator matchup mapping in my head. I don't like Nito just to shut off Brand. I think it's pretty narrow. And then we just submit. Mm, double C's is like reasonable, yes. If they discard, we're gonna once in response because we need to hit our first land drop to seize them. Pedal. Targeting me. Okay. I think they have the protected turn one kill, unfortunately. They must not because they're thinking about it. I think they have a show and tell hand, and they're debating what to do. No. Okay, so we're gonna go turn one season, like rip off whatever's uh they have in their hand. They pitch the thing. I think that definitely take the show and tell. That's the scariest card here. And then the Witherbloom is probably whatever. We can beat the Witherbloom once White is online. Sure. That's not bad. If I ramp here, and they rip off a discard, that's a disaster. So I think I'm gonna play it smart and play around discard here. Then I have a threat, right? Because if I ramp here, they rip off a discard. Suddenly, I don't have pressure. There is a world we lose this right now. So I think we play it safe. Get the grist, tick down. Okay, now it's over. Oh, they're gonna play it out. Sure. Why not? can waste them here or go for the kill. Yeah, I mean, yeah. It's either waste them here, keep them off the mana, or go for the kill with the lair. Either way, they're like miles behind. All right, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. So far, so good. So the big advantage is, or actually, let's before we even continue, because we lose some copies of the Kenai, we have to make sure the mapping is appropriate. So the benefit, I guess, is you're a little bit lower to the ground with crop rotation, soul guide. Granted, Kenai once on board is just a better threat, but you're a little bit lower to the ground. To not lose to their combo plan. Like fairy, you have room now. Crowd rotation is like pretty nice. Um, Before if you draw too many or two drops, it's a little bit clunky out the gates. But the disadvantage obviously is you have fewer threats. But maybe that's okay. Like you still have the Gris, which I think is a must now, especially when you're trimming the two drops. And then the idea behind Saga Lantern is basically I want my Reclaimer to do an approximation of my two drop threat. Like they have to answer. Like I've been noticing people just like leave the Reclaimer. I wouldn't say alone, but like they just kind of like if they have to choose between the Reclaimer and the white, they obviously just kill the white. So that's actually the idea behind it. I don't know how that plays out. We had the Lantern that one game, that we ended up cycling, so maybe it's fine. Like obviously, if you draw it though, it's kind of a disaster. And then the Saga just functionally being the 23rd land. Look at this list. It's probably a little bit better against like Oops too, right? You have the Soul Guide main. Kenai is obviously good, but you have to get to turn three, I guess, or turn two. Um, yeah, you can Soul Guide main Lantern. Sorry, you have the Crop, you have the Fairy. What else did you free up? Did we free up space for the Fairy, the Lantern, and the Crop? I guess are the big ones. Although to be fair, the Crop probably took the space of the safekeeper, and maybe it should be a safekeeper. Hey, hey, John. I think that's your name, right? John Slater, right? How are the snuff outs? I love them. I think it's funny because there was a point where ninjas and Shadow were the premier, or at least the originators of the snuff out card. Like, especially since snuff out, like, there's been times where you couldn't really play it, or it'd be a big liability because of Death Right Shaman or Loris, right? Those are the two big black creatures I would say over the years that if you don't kill, you lose. And it was probably at its best when Initiative was around because like even Delver was playing Snuff Out. But I think Cradle is the premier Snuff Out deck now. Like you don't see Shadow really on 4 copies anymore or ever. You don't see Ninjas really on 4 copies. I just think this deck is like uniquely positioned to play 4 copies. Um, it depends on the how I think the matchup is playing out. Sometimes I board it in. Like lately, if I don't think they're on Cage, which Cage number has been going down because Oops has been ticking down. I've liked the natural order package a little bit better, but yeah, it does help against Tamio. I've done different things based on different players and different like what I think they may have in the sideboard. Like I think it's reasonable to go like 2 Snuff Outs, 2 Thought Seizes. I think natural order package is reasonable if you think Cage is not realistic when they're like trying to go over you with Bargoyf. There's a lot of like I wouldn't say it's leveling, but gameplay that is dependent on what you think the other person has in the sideboard and how they're playing. But it can be good against Tamio. I know like Andrea was here earlier and he's been loving the snuff outs against Tamio. So and usually actually if you get a Tamio turn 1 snuff out, I feel pretty good about the chances of winning that game because they're down a card, we're down a card, except our cards are on average probably better than theirs because like they have to waste time playing brainstorm and ponders and we're lower to the ground in terms of tempo. Like I think ponder is a liability personally against us unless you're a combo deck obviously then all bets are off. But if you're like some kind of tempo deck and you go turn 1, like I go turn 1 dork, you go turn 1 ponder, you probably already lost the game. I think here we're gonna like diversify our threat base with the reclaimer. Yeah, Bargriff's like can be annoying. It doesn't beat white heads up, but there's a lot of removal for white, and you just assume white's gonna be dead. Like this is just like everybody should know by now. This is public enemy number 1. Like if you're a any kind of deck, fair deck, really. Mountain. Yeah, if you untap with white in a fair matchup, the game is over, like on the spot. So the question here is like, I'm definitely going forest, but am I going reclaimer? Just gonna assume this is dead. So reclaimer, I want online to unlock the cradle. I don't think any Delver deck is playing mountain at the moment, but I could be wrong. I feel like, oh, I guess they are. What an odd deck. Oh, this is like blue red burn. It's kind of scary actually. It's these kind of matches that I am truly scared of. They're presumably gonna bolt the. Just assume this dies for what all intents and purposes. There's a there's a world where I'm supposed to like. Actually, no, there's not. I was gonna say you can go like triple spell turn 2 and leave the Y alone. Except the problem is you only have 2 1 drops, and there's no way they're respecting the oof. Like if you're fortunate to untap with white and they don't have removal, then it can lock up a Bargoyf. Assuming you don't have white online, Bargoyf can be beat with Gris, which is why I started playing Gris again. But there's a few ways to buy turns, but typically at some point you're gonna have to stick like a raccoon or Gris or white, and you can buy some turns with Reclaimer or just like hope they don't hit a creature off their attack. but that's a little dicey. Sometimes you just have to get lucky, right? Those are the main elements, though. At some point, you have to stick the relevant threat just to counter the Bargraph. Or what I've been doing is lately is just going over the top with natural order. Like I mean, Bargraph's nice, but Atraxor's nicer. Uh, I was gonna block pitch kill the thing. I don't think that's worth it though, because they daze or something, some nonsense. Then I just lose, right? I guess I can see. Oh, I messed up. I was supposed to pitch endurance first, see if they daze, but no, I can't. But that's okay. I've a untapped with reclaimer. I mean, white anyways, so we're probably in a good spot. There's a actually I messed up. I'm supposed to get safekeeper to make sure that I can freely tap the white. So that was I'm like misplaying right now. There's been a few iterations. There's been I foolishly cut natural order for about a month, but I think that was definitely wrong in hindsight. It should at least minimum be in the 75. Let's see. What am I doing here? I think I'm doing that. So I can block the DRC first of all. And it doesn't matter if they force it. That's not because I'm gonna grow the white anyways. Thank you for the raid, Magic Dad. Good games earlier. I definitely goofed this game already. Like I should have played the. Sure, sure. Uh huh. That was actually kind of heads up from our opponent. I goofed this game because I was supposed to green some for one, and I don't. I guess I got sidetracked, but now what do we do here? I'm gonna Talon Gates that out. They lost a thing, but I definitely could have been further ahead. They forced lightning bolt. I mean the what are they? Oh, they put it on the. This is problematic. I think I'm gonna save the 4 damage, go to 8. Maybe even save both. Because I'm in a little bit of trouble. They have two more cards in their hand. Okay. No, I think I need the mana. We take 7 right now. We're at 8. I think I'm just gonna get endurance. I try to like lock up the game that way. If I had played better, I would have won already. But can't live in the past. Not getting that safekeeper there is like a disaster for us, and I need to do a better job of multitasking. Is the short story. Talent Gate can flicker the endurance. I don't think I've ever made that play for what it's worth, but it is something I've thought about. Can they burn us out? I guess from here, 8 is pretty scary. They have maybe Fire Blast. Who knows? Like again, if they did spend one burn spell at us though, for what it's worth, so it could, but we should have been able to block the DRC that was in the air. Hard to say. Okay. I don't think I want to point it back at them, because then they could point it back at. Well, yeah, I can't even do it. You need to. Jeez, it's a straight up burn deck. I think I'm gonna lose this game now. Yeah, like I said, if I like was focusing earlier, I think I get the safekeeper on that one turn where I for some reason like spaced out, and then I think that probably locks up the game. But then again, they could just like gone face too. That's like pretty scary. I don't think I can afford that Hierarch to die. Natural order off the top here wins the game. That's probably decent too. What do I want here? Maybe just a grist? No. Yeah, let's do this. It can attack. I think grist is in the sideboard. Yeah. Maybe we steal this game still. We'll see. They have to block. Wow. Okay. We threw and still managed to get by. All right, let's recalibrate how we want to play this game. Kenai, I feel like we may not have the time in this matchup. Gris is like kind of bad too. Crowd rotation, like, do we just treat this as a burn deck and just like try to go over the top with natural order? Like maybe. Like I don't know if we have time to be like sinking mana into Kenai. And maybe just the snuff outs just to like save damage early is relevant. Let me think about this. Oh, actually, we want the seizes out. Like, what am I doing? That's easy. Crowd rotation, Kenai is probably better. Fairy just like cut off their delirium. Fairy actually being a trick against for white too is pretty neat. I think we're gonna treat them as a combo deck and just like try to go over the top with natural order because they're all in early. I mean, Seize is like awful in this matchup. Wasteland, like, do we even want that? I guess it's just another land. We're just gonna play this as like a combo deck. Hey Wally, how's it going? They could go turn one cage, and suddenly this plan is like weaker. This fairy is probably gonna save some damage here. Daze. I would love if they dazed here. Sure. Then they're like behind on tempo, right? Which is what this whole matchup is about. Shout out to Andrea. I just got a DM from him saying he's watching. Let's get that reclaimer in board. We don't want to be cut off by wasteland right now. So if they want to daze the hierarch, they can. But we're hoping to build towards either a endurance or a wild reliquary. Obviously, the full blowout is they try to bolt the white, and then we fair macabre them. If they had the bolt, that'd be sad. But otherwise, we can like snipe the DRC here. Nope, can't do that. It can counter a bolt on wild reliquary too. It's like a chance I'm taking, I guess. Glad I waited because am I gonna run this into days here? I guess not. Ugh, that feels bad. Actually, there's an argument to be made that I'm supposed to there's an argument to be made I'm supposed to just get a white and then well, actually that's not true. They had 1 days already, and I kind of wanted the white plus bog plan. Sure. Any bomb here probably wins the game. Ask and you shall receive. There's 2 days is gone. Are we gonna play around it? I think so, just to be safe. They could force this. Um, we're gonna do it on draw step because I think the only way we lose now is a Murktide Regent, and I'm gonna play around that if I can. Take the Ponder away and take the Brainstorm away. Actually, take the Bolt away. We can deal with a 5/5 Murktide Regent. That's okay. I think it's game. We have the best creature in the matchup. Okay, so this is a little bit dangerous what I'm doing here. We attack. There's no way they block. So let's get that in first. No way, they have days again. A third one? Wow. Okay. We missed a point of damage though, because of the way we sequence. Okay, let's bash first. See what they do. It's awkward because we're at 8. It's awkward because we're at 8. And if they have another bolt, they presumably do. What are we doing here? Okay, I'm making major misplays. I could have had extra damage with the higher. Not that it would have mattered. They would have blocked anyways. Misplaying. So it's a forced play now. We're gonna have to pitch this. We do have an out, but not looking great. Like Green Sun's out. Endurance is an out. Did not get there. The second Talon Gates, for all the believes in that, would be we'll be talking about that right now. The fairy. What was the card we omitted? If it was a Kenai, would it have mattered? I don't think we had the mana to do everything, right? To like keep them off. I guess it would be a faster clock. Maybe the Kenai is just better. We don't even have a grist, so maybe. So we don't lose the Murktide randomly. All right, we'll concede. Let's think about how that played out here. Maybe, probably not, based on what I saw. I think we want to just The Grist I don't think is good. It's good against Murktide, but only Murktide. I think the Kenai was better is better than the Fairy though. Just as another like I just don't think I want to board in an answer to deal with like a 3 of in their deck. Like I'm gonna dare them to have it. And I have 4 snuff outs anyways. Ugh. I think I have to keep, but it's not great. I think here I'm leading with the off-color dork. My hand's not great, so I may lose this game. I'm like afraid to play against Burn. That's pretty damn good though. This is not very good in this matchup. Ooh, they forced. That's good. And the reason why this is not very good in this matchup is because there's presumably like 6 or so bolts. I think they might have kept the combo hand. In which case, the attraction is gonna line up real well. Like I think they probably kept Corey Steele, yeah, and Bobble. That's why they had to force. So I'm slamming this next turn, and it's probably game winning. They probably don't expect me to keep this into. Yep, game. Snuff out, endurance, probably fetch land. Maybe yeah, fetch land done. Maybe they have borrow. I don't know, but yeah. Ooh, that was way closer. Like I've been talking to some people on my Discord recently, and this matchup they found without natural order gets a lot harder. So I thought, okay, if that's the case, let's put in that. Let's leave natural order in. And I think because people like it, especially if they start memorizing what you do. It's time to change it up. All right, one more for the 5-0, but I'm gonna take the restroom break real quick. But this deck is like playing out real well.
All right, I'm supposed to answer Mengu right now. I saw he DM'd me. So something I want to highlight is one of the nicest interactions I've had is with Andre Mangucci. He's gonna be in LA, I think, in September, and I can't wait to meet up with him for that epic meetup because of how nice he's been to me. Okay, let's see if we can get this 5-0. So far the matchups have been Stiflenought. I don't remember what this person was on. Reanimator and then Blue Red. Anybody remember what our second opponent was on? I don't remember. Oh, I no, that's not right. I'm trying to think. What was I? He is very chill. He is very chill. What was our second opponent on? I don't remember. We won the first one with Exalted Beats against what's it called? The Flyer Clarion Conqueror, but I don't remember the second one. Oh, maybe it was Reanimator. I don't remember. No, Reanimator was the third one. I don't remember. Yeah, we'll see. We shall see. But obviously Natural Order is the combo card in this deck, but there's another hidden Necro. Okay, I guess we play a Demir earlier. Okay, that makes sense. I guess. Yeah, we beat three tempo decks to become Stifle, and then Reanimator. Uh, there is a hidden combo in this deck besides Natural Order, and it is just Wide of the Reliquary. This is the one card combo. You untap with it is game over. Now there's less margin now than before in this kind of list because I only play one Talon Gates. Some players still like two, and it's definitely better if you play against more control players, for instance, because if they play a sweeper, you can like talent gaze your creatures out. Um, so I do like two talent gates if you're in like a heavy control meta. I've been able to get away with once. Every once in a while, I wish I had the second. Like I lost to the game two right now to blue red, right, because I didn't the second. So it comes up every once in a while, but I try to keep the mana base as strong as possible. So, um, what I found out is if you have beyond 22 lands, you are in danger a little bit of flooding, and essentially, I'm playing the bare bones that I think I can get away with. I don't know what my opponent's on. Let's see if we can get that 5-0 here. Especially, thank you for Evren too for the raid earlier. Chancellor. That's not good. What am I doing here? I guess I'm just gonna run this out. Just like crack the Chancellor. That's like really annoying. Oh my god. All right, I guess we're going the 4-1. Don't think I'm beating this matchup. I do not think I'm beating this matchup. I guess it's 4-1 for. Sorry, chat. The dream is dead. I think we have Force of Vigor sideboard, but I don't really want to play against this matchup. They could whiff too. That does happen. The combo is here. That's a lot of spirit guides. Uh, Nothing we can do. I guess I'll just. Should I just F6? I think this is also why online play is so much different than paper play lately. There's just so much more of this online, like the turn one combo. It's why decks like Nadu can do better on paper because they don't have to deal with this as much on paper. With tempo, I'm usually scared of both reclaimer and white. Do you think with removal heights you save for white? I think if you're trying to play the tempo game, you actually kill the dork. And not a lot of people actually do this enough, but especially if you're in like the red versions, you should be forcing turn one dork actually. And it sounds counterintuitive, but I know a lot of people who struggle against like, especially the Cradle Nadu version. If you force turn one dork, a lot of times that deck has a hard time getting off the ground. Our deck is built with that more in mind. So while it is decent against us, it's not debilitating the way it is against like some of these other decks that rely on the early acceleration. So if you don't have removal and you're trying to play the tempo game, I think your best bet is to turn one what's called force the dork. Like people always say bolt the bird, right? But like the same thing applies for forcing, right? It might be different too because the underground C decks play more of a mid range game against me. Like the red versions definitely should be forcing dork, in my opinion. But it's a little bit different if you're trying to play the long game, which I don't think you're favored. But if you have Bargoyf in hand, maybe it's okay. Um, okay, let me see what I don't even remember what I do for this matchup. I don't think I'm winning though. We don't have much because I just hope to dodge. No talent gates. I take out the endurance. I don't think they're gonna go to the graveyard against us. Crop rotation for speed. I don't think we have like anything. Unfortunately, maybe a safekeeper. I guess. Like they're not gonna go to the yard. Yeah, you just take your loss. Well, it's not even a guaranteed loss. Like sometimes they whiff. I've been them before. Like Force of Vigor wins games. Thoughtseize on the play wins games. But the hard part is you probably have to win two out of the post board games. That's not getting it done. It's just a mulligan fest. Is to me the biggest issue I have with this deck. Well, I guess that does that. That plan goes out the window now. Just aggravating. I just cut the force of vigor too, which is the irony. But to be fair, I do like that idea. Upa and Mangu recommended it to me because and I agree with the logic. It's just that it might I just might get punished here is all. Leyline of Sanctity is one of the big bads against our deck for what it's worth. It is a deck that it is a card that we have had problems against out of various decks, like Oops and this one, I guess. Oops in particular because it stops endurance too. So what are we doing here? I guess we can do everything, right? Like, actually, we tapped wrong. We should at least pretend like we have Teague. This is gonna be good later on. So slight misplay by me right now. I should leave white up just for the threat of Teague, so that they make. Not that they would. I think this deck can beat Teague for what it's worth. I think they have removal. I mean, we have to do it anyways. We have no choice. Or not. Like for a split second, I regret putting that. For a split second, I regret putting that safekeeper back, but maybe it's okay. Like I don't think they rewarded removal against us, especially if they're on like Leyline Sanctity. Okay, I guess we'll see. Definitely aggravating. Metamorphose. Okay. We just hope they whiff now, right? Because at least we shut off Lotus Petals. We're probably dead though. I don't think we're beating this deck. You're gonna besiege right now. We're dead. Well, it was a good run. I don't even mind playing against combo. It's just we can't beat this. Well, not that we can't. It's just in general, all index I don't want to play against because our biggest advantage is we're very consistent, and that when you're an all in deck, that kind of neutralizes the consistency aspect of our deck because they're more high variance, and when you have a high variance deck against one that's ultra consistent, then the ultra consistency doesn't really matter. All right, we tried, we tried. I don't. The option there was like, I can't believe they even have Leyline of Sanctity. I thought we were gonna win the game there on the play with the ley line. I'm sorry, not the ley line, with the Thoughtseize, and the game three would be hard because if they have pack of negation, then it stops our force of vigor. And especially since they know we sort of have to multi force of vigor. But overall, I think I was pretty happy with this match, this deck. The this configuration of playing all your haymakers main, right, and just hoping it lines up like Seize, endurance, like the obviously good against Reanimator. Natural order to beat the random decks and ancient tomb decks. It also pairs well with Thoughtseize to beat like if you can bridge the game against Nadu from Thoughtseize, then the natural order probably just finishes the game, even if you don't have Snuff Out main. Anybody have any questions? Here are my socials, by the way, if for anybody who wants to check out my deck. And thanks to Everin for the raid. It's too bad that we paired into Necro for the last match because there wasn't really much play we could have done, especially with Lane Line Sanctity. I thought, like I said, I thought it would go to game three, but it is what it is. Anybody have any questions for me? I think overall, I don't know about Soul God Lantern. I was okay with the rest of the choices we had. We definitely misboarded. I didn't like the fairy against the blue red, but we adjusted game three and it worked out. Okay. If there is no
there's no questions. Also, shout out to John Slater here for hanging out. Actually, I have some promo codes. Let's do that. I have some promo codes to give away. So let's see. Let's and if you already are like a content creator and have get the promo codes from Wizards of the Coast, let me know. And I don't know everybody who has one, so I don't want to give away to one people who already get them. So answer key gaming set DM you a promo code, and then I'll DM John Slater here a promo code, or I guess they're called giveaway codes for August. Where's August? Maybe it didn't come out yet. I thought it did. Hmm. Maybe they didn't come out for August yet. I don't remember. I could have sworn they came out. Oh, actually, these might be the new ones. Unless I'm misremembering. One second. I apologize. Okay, that's not. It says Torben. It gave out already tomorrow on August 1st, but I don't see it in my mail. Maybe I didn't get it. Sorry, I apologize. Why do I not see the August promo codes? Okay, I'll sort this out later on because I don't know what's going on here. All right, I'll deal with this later. I don't know why I can't see it, but all right. Thank you everyone for hanging out, and then I'm gonna go ahead and raid. Let's see, PT bench. All right. If there's no other questions, until next time. Thank you for hanging out.